One final question.
Please.
I presume that you've been to Africa, having said so yourself, though I stand to be corrected on this point.
No, I've been twice actually.
What was your experience like?
An eye-opener. I suggest to all students in Malta to take a holiday to what was once Rhodesia, or now Zimbabwe or South Africa, for example. You see, I tell you, all this nonsense about the equality of races, about that races don't exist, that IQ is the same for all races, that all characteristics of races are determined by environment and not genetics. And all that nonsense will evaporate in just 1 week. That's all the reality of Africa. Here we're speaking about a very rich continent which has no history antedating 300 years. 300, if you go to Africa, history stops 300 years ago. That means when the white man, Van Riebeeck, first touched the Cape of Good Hope, or Cape Town, or whatever. The oldest church is 350. It's a monument, Antica. When I used to tell them, but well, history starts at 3,500 years ago, you know, I couldn't believe it. But why? Because there's nothing. The black man created nothing. He lived literally like the animals in the wild. Didn't know about the wheel, never saw a wheel until the white man showed him one. Could never dream of a two-storied building. It's beyond his imagination. No musical instruments except percussion, a stick beating on the other. No string instruments, nothing. There's nothing. Why? Because the black man is so accurate, you know. And here we have these do-gooders, all these missionaries, begging for billions of euros to be pumped to no avail, because the black man, once the white man leaves him alone, it will take just 6 months for the black man to return to his loincloth. Why? Because that is his nature. Genetically predetermined, that's all. There are dozens of good books about this subject, and I cannot understand how in a university like ours there aren't people who delve into this subject and get a grip on reality, as apart to the fairy tales we listen to on the media. Race exists. I'm not a racist, of course, I'm a racialist, in that I distinguish between the races, their characteristics, blood groupings, IQs, whatever. There is 1,001 differences. Police today, from a drop of blood, can tell you with certainty the exact racial composition of a criminal. He's 11% Red Indian, 30% Mexican, 20% white, and so percent Negroid, you see, from a drop of blood. So genetics. There are people in Britain who can't undergo operations because there's no blood grouping to fit them, because they are mixed blood. Japanese with Negro, for example. So there's no blood for them. If you give them ordinary blood, even though it will be in the same category, O plus A, whatever, it would kill them. So race, of course, race exists, and how? It is the fundamental issue in this world. In America, the newspapers, the TV today, the predominant theme is race, because America is going to implode because of this racial issue. So I think we've answered this last question. All I say to students, instead of going to wherever you go, take a holiday, go to Africa, any one of the independent countries, you'll say, and you will see to what state they've leveled it. You see, Ghana, Uganda, Rhodesia, the breadbasket, Mozambique, the greengrocer of Africa. You go to them today, see shambles. Why? Because they can't run a country, of course. I'm not demeaning them. It's one of those things. It's a fact. So this is all about We of Imperium Europa are definitely racialists, not racist. We want to preserve our own kind. Through miscegenation with especially the black race, that would be our undoing. It will be the death of us.
Thank you very much for this interview. It was extremely interesting.
Thank you, Angelo. The questions were intelligently put, and I enjoyed it.